Eh. July 10th, 1:40 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Reason why she was in that air vent, and that switch and the flaming guitar. When you link it all together, that's what you end up with. I knew you had what it took. That's right. You believed in me? Not really. Huh? I just thought I'd make a coincidence and say, oh yeah. Why'd I even bother hoping? Sorry about that. I'm on a secret mission. Secret? You mean like you're undercover? Like Mr. Latouche, suddenly sure not as well dressed. Why'd I do a thing like that to you? Anyway, I'm off for a while again. Huh? You're leaving? Oh, one thing. What? Good luck. Right. That what you can say? I think you have things pretty much under control. You'll get Marky DeVay off the hook, no doubt. Yeah, but you're after that detective, aren't you? Dying Crescent. Won't be easy proving he did it, especially not under the current court system. The current court system? What did Prosecutor Gavin say during the trial? Your case is based on one fragile assumption, namely that Diva Divine is telling the truth. What about the piece of jewelry and a lyrical blunder? There are plenty of other ways to explain these things. Flaming guitar too. All because you lack definitive proof of their connection to the case. The sultry songstress is lying. Your case smells like butter in a frying pan. Leaving behind the faintly singed scent of fade. So what do I do? Like I said, good luck. Be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional means. Oh, never mind. I have something to give you from our detective friend. Let's see. This bag of snack sales meant for me. Ah, here it is. They were found at the scene. There are access to the fragments revealed traces of gunpowder. Gunpowder? Probably a firecracker or something similar, like the ones kids are into these days. These fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually. Under the sofa? Right, yes. Well, finally, so everything that makes sense. That's all from me, I suppose. See you after the verdict. Maybe. Right. Every man has an igniter inside. Excuse me? Find Dying Crescent's igniter and set it off. And he walked out the door, just like a magician, normally. Guess we just have to take his advice and hope it makes sense when the time comes. We're almost at the finish line. Hang in there, Trucy. July 10th, 1:55 p.m. Court is now back in session. Prosecutor Gavin, where is Detective Crescent? In the witness lounge, ready to be called at any time. Very well. Might I add, I don't believe it. Darian was the first detective I ever worked with. We stopped working together when he moved to the Criminal Affairs Division. But his guitar playing, it fires my imagination. That's nice, but that's nothing to do with the matter at hand, correct? Oh, I know. Yeah, forehead. Very well, call the final witness to stand. Detective Dying Crescent. Name and occupation, please. Dying Crescent, Detective, Criminal Affairs Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division, for those of you who didn't know. I'm a guitarist for the Governors. Maybe you've heard of us? Do you fully understand the circumstances under which you stand before us today? Yeah, I understand, Jonah. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You gave me a word I wouldn't be standing here. This situation's changed about you. And don't call me partner. So much for friends. You see what you're doing, Darian? You're pressing the prosecution. Your Honor, if we could begin the trial. Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear your testimony. You may begin with your response to Lamoire's testimony. If, in fact, you have anything to say about it. Oh, I got plenty to say. Mine must be national pastime in Virginia. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice. Conventional methods are out the window, huh? Here goes nothing. David lying, plain and simple. You've got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots. That's it. Didn't Detective Emma Sky hear those gunshots in the first set anyway? She went to her place right on the stage, man. So you claim Lamoire's testimony was a lie? Hey, don't get me wrong. I dig what she's doing, trying to protect that kid. She's got the court eating vague statements out of her hand just because she's blind. You go too far, Darian. Look, all I'm saying is you got a reliable witness. Why not listen to the detective? Detective Sky? I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. You didn't waste any time finding our weak spot. Can't do this with Lamoire's testimony alone. I'll have to find some other way to prove when the shooting took place. You don't have any proof she was lying? Oh yeah, kid. You're saying I lied. No, I'm just saying. I couldn't help it. I finished my reflex. Detective Crescent. Yeah, what do you want? Nothing. This guy's hard as nails. He makes Walkie look downright cooperative. Look, there's no way to deal with any of You never talked to her, even though you were playing in the same concert? Not a word, as far as I can recall. But, weren't there planning sessions or something? Gavin took care of all that himself. Darian wasn't involved in any of the meetings. See if you can just go around remembering everyone's voice like that anyway. Only an idiot believing that. Lamoire's hearing is very sensitive. If you can remember him if she heard him, I'm sure of it. Just can't prove it. I need proof. You know she missed the words. The mixing board proved it. Oh yeah? That was a mistake. Blaming on gunshots is just lame excuse. What do you mean? The mixing board proves what? Proves there's a mistake in the song and missed cues. So, she just flubbed it up big time, and that's all. She spins the story about a gunshot to protect the kid and cover for her own goof. Man, I'd have handed to her. She wasn't sticking it to me at the same time. Darian, watch what you say. Lamoire is an artist. She just flubbed it up. That's no small accusation from the performer of her character. She got you, right? You see it in your eyes. Now you must have stuff so pretentious way over my head. Detective Rifton leaves Governor's ranks. Anyway, she's too close to the defendant. Her testimony can't be trusted. If you ask me, I'd go with Detective Sky's story and drop her a pick. Because that woman didn't put in at all. Actually, I was there too. So I hear. Which means you heard them too, right? The gunshots? Yes. We heard gunshots. Neither I nor Emma actually saw the shooting, mind you. Guess you and Lamoire got the same excuse then. We know one thing for certain. There were gunshot-like sounds that emanated from that room during the first set. What we must determine is whether those sounds were actually gunshots. I don't figure out just what those gunshots during the first set were. Nope. You're a fucking dumbass.
Hold it!
I could have been more than a shooter wireless, I think. I'll tell you what to shoot at, that kid. What do you think? What do you think Diva had in the room? Back to relying on Lamoire's testimony. As much as I'm enjoying the Darian for her show, there's no need for this. Not because there's some comedy duo. This means the Gavin and Darian show's cancelled. Neither of your claims can be proven or disputed. We could argue for days like this and get nowhere. Prosecutor Gavin is quite right. This court will hear no further discussion on this topic without new facts. Yeah, because the testimony is basically your entire case. Plus, the timing of things went too well. First, not long after you bump into Crescent outside the Colosseum, next minute you find out that Lamoire's been assaulted. And funnily enough, the person who she implicated in her testimony was Darian. Second, as soon as Maki tried to tell Apollo something, Darian suddenly appeared out of thin air. Got a few ideas, just need to find another way to prove it didn't happen when he says it did. Hold on. Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial. What things? The first was this small device. That's the remote to trigger the igniter. Correct. And one more thing. What are those? The remains of something burnt. Not another guitar, I hope. Traces of gunpowder were found on these fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker. Eh? How did Gavin know about this? What, do you think Detective Sky works for you? Received a report this morning before coming. That's when I made my decision. What decision is this, Prosecutor Gavin? I registered Darian as a witness in today's trial, just in case. This raises another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds in the first set could have been two firecrackers big to go off on remote control. You got an active imagination, don't you? But you shouldn't say every little thing you think. The explanation there seems a bit too convenient. How so? So you're saying these firecrackers just happened to go off right when two witnesses came walking by? Firecracker goes off in the forest and there's no one there to hear. Get my drift? Why go to the trouble, man? How do I explain this? He may not look at her, but Darian is a gifted detective. Should he weakness and he's sure to find it. He may not look upon her. Gee, thanks, man. That reminds me. I happened to pass through that very hallway several times that day myself. I saw something odd there just before the first set. Something odd? A headset, the kind all of the abandoned staff members were wearing. That's right. We picked this up in front of the door to that dressing room. What if that headset wasn't dropped but placed? And what if it was turned on? You could hear what was going on in that hallway, even if you're out on stage. Whose side are you on, Gavin? Listen to me. There are no sides in the court of law. Which is why I now turn to you, a question for you. Huh? For me? The igniter and the burnt fragments that were found on the scene of the crime. It's certainly a possibility that they were part of a ruse to fake the sound of gunshots. Throw the headset from the hallway into a mix and you could fabricate an alibi. but we're still no closer to proving it. Those gunshots might have been real or fake. I can't say. We've raised the possibility that the shots heard during the first set were fake. Anything that Look, I'll just tell him. He wants you to prove the thing went down in the second act. Oh, I didn't realize there was another. This isn't gonna be easy. You need some decisive proof and fast. You ready, kid? Because I am. The soundboard. I have to think about. I hear resigning to a story, but come on, just use this and don't get me starting a gramophone. This is actually. Huh? You move the sliders to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately. Lamoire's voice included. Oh, what does this prove? According to Lamoire's testimony, the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song. You intend to examine the recording at that moment, yeah? You might even hear those gunshots. Exactly. Ridiculous. How are you supposed to hear gunshots back in that dressing room on stage? Have you forgotten, Darian? We were all wearing these headsets. Oh? We were all deeply involved in our performance, but Lamoire's headset would have picked up what you heard all the same. And let's get to analyzing that recording right now. Okay. Yo, now listen closely to this part. This is a track with Lamoire's vocals. I did hear something faintly, yes. Why, it sounded like a gunshot. What? This has to be some kind of mistake. I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set, which means Lamwell's testimony was true. I knew I should kill her at a chance. I didn't mean to say that. Order? So she was telling the truth about what she said? What she heard? It was not the other man speaking. It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Letos. Well, what did he say? It's over. Press the switch now. Just after that, there was a gunshot, and then the guitar caught fire. Detective Fisher, you weren't on stage during the second set. You could have done it. Why do we only hear one gunshot on the recording? Weren't 2 bullets fired from this weapon? Lamoire was moving through the air vent, Your Honor. She must not have been close enough for her mic to catch the first shot. And then as she passed over the dressing room, the gun fired again. Mr. Latouse's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescent. Once again I'm reminded of something. Our performance that day. Your performance? Seeing the mixing board dropped on memory. You were there too. What is it with today? Problem after problem. My hog won't start. My guitar case is busted. My guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone was dead. And then there was that performance. What was that all about? This part is off. Alright. Sorry, Clavier. I'll be able to pull off your voice. Which is that? Second guitar. It was your darling. I thought it, stranger. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you. I know how you play. You're better than that. Yeah, well, You what? I'm Prosecutor Gavin. What are you getting at? I'm talking about the murder weapon. Mr. Letouse's 45 caliber handgun cannon. As we have learned, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size. The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder if you're an amateur. Wait, you mean his plane was affected because he hurt himself shooting that revolver? You're forgetting something. Yes, Detective Crescent. I'm a trained police officer, you know, at firearm training. But anyway, I'm no amateur. The standard sidearm you shoot to police officers is a 38 caliber weapon. Much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. Latouse. Which suggests there was a struggle between killer and victim. So the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean? The thought occurred to me, yes. Well, does the witness have anything to say to this? Detective Crescent! What I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves rolled up ready for action has to say. And you, attorney. Me? Exactly which piece of evidence is decisive again. Got a little noise on the tape that could be anything. You have an alleged guitar cue missed due to 45 caliber no. Take back. I wait for this case, Gavin. I really do. You can line up your little weak pieces of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager. And that's the obvious. The witness has a point. The defense's arguments were persuasive and not decisive. Leave us to hear what the witness has to say in response to the case so far. Your testimony, please, Detective Crescent. Tell us your reasons why you couldn't have done it. For some reason, the first thing that played in my mind was the Dual Destinies. The only reason? Easy. Got no motive, man. This was that Diva's first trip to this country, right? How could I possibly know a manager? Didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? Simple reason indeed. Prosecutor Gavin, is it the case that Mr. Latouse had not been to our country before? According to our records, yes, not even once. I see. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. Great, no need to find a motive. got no motive.
Objection!
Your Honor, take a look at this.
What's that? Looks like candy.
It's not. Don't look it, please. Detective Crescent, ever seen this?
Looks like a piece of candy.
What is it? What it is evidence. Don't lick it before you try it. Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. It's found among the victim's belongings.
A cocoon? Never seen one that colour.
It is a variety only found in the Republic of Virginia. Nowhere else.
Alright, but what is this cocoon replica doing in my courtroom? Surely this has nothing to do with a motive for killing Mr. Latouche, does it?
It does. Wait, I think it does.
You don't sound so confident, man. A cocoon! Is that one of those silky cocoons?
Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative.
A curative? For what?
Apparently it is most efficacious at treating a disease thought incurable. It is the only medicine of its kind. However, it is illegal to take on these healing cocoons out of Virginia.
Whatever for? It's such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world?
We looked into the matter. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy from cocoons. Yet if you change the process only slightly, you can easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison.
What?
That wasn't easy. Several years ago, where some of these got out into the black market. It caused quite a commotion in the global community. No, the media was kept largely unaware.
Intriguing.
All this has led to a strict ban on the cocoon section. One rigidly enforced by Interpol, among others.
Interpol?
Right. The victim, Romain Latouche, was an Interpol agent. Detective Crescent, you insist on referring to him as a manager. And that is misleading. Romain Latouche wasn't killed as a manager, he was killed as an undercover agent.
So he's trying to smuggle this gumball into the country. That's what you're trying to say?
Saying that couldn't very well be motive for murder.
Oh, so it's going to sell on the black market. Think it's selling for a penny? Ridiculous. Totally unthinkable.
Unthinkable, you say? Why?
Perhaps it's time for another testimony about the smuggling of cocoons business.
In National Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them.
Can't sell them on the black market, too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore.
And I'm in National Affairs, not a deal.
Indeed! Interpol wanted these cocoons bad enough to send Mr. Latouche undercover.
You kids think of the craziest things, but no way am I going to risk life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money.
Not the most noble of statements, but duly noted.
According to reports, these cocoons top Interpol's list. Selling them to an underground organization would be risky.
Very well, you may begin the cross-examination.
This is the only motive I got. He was up to something, and I'm going to find out what.
Nope.
Fucking dumbass.
Hold it!
A memo. That's how you knew about the cocoons.
Nice one. I'm running scared now.
You have to know about the cocoons to plan this.
Just how well known are these cocoons? I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I'd never heard of them.
You could say people like me know about them, yeah. Ugh. So there were Nepal angels like Mr. Lacus? All over the world, likely, deep in the Karamosum. That's why those cocoons too hot for black market. Don't want Nepal sniffing for your wares. Those came to the conclusion there.
Hold it!
Yeah, Nepal finds you, and he lets you respond. No marketing might think your palms stink. Take care of himself. Haven't changed.
Hold it!
Wouldn't scarcity drive up prices? Yeah, retention. Every gangster's brother will want a piece of that action. You turn your forehead into Swiss cheese before you said so objection. Maybe we could get them to cut his head too. Man, you're so obviously know nothing about the market. And that's a bad thing. Don't even try to mess with me about this stuff.
Hold it!
Which is why you'd know how to find a loophole in the system. Hey, you can say what you want. Back off your international. There ain't no loopholes, okay? What do you think we are, Boy Scouts? That wasn't what I was trying to... Down. It's as you say. There are no loopholes. At least in the case of its performance. International affairs, Interpol, and Virginian customs are watching. Or what? You want some of this? Chill, both of you. Let's do this cool, yeah? It's very cool. When this guy's head on a stick. That because we keep him motive. There's probably a way to find out what he was up to. Can I have a thing on that one?
Objection!
Why don't you choose a less dangerous buyer then? I would. How clueless are you? Everyone in the market's dangerous. The second they found out I was a cop, I could kiss my keys goodbye. Might sort of black market buyer. How about someone like this?
Not article. That's about the Chief Justice's.
A deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon, but so can a cure. Not a cure for just any disease, a cure for incuritis.
Incuritis? Heard of that somewhere.
You went to visit a victim of the disease this morning.
Aha! Why, that's the disease the Chief Justice's son has. You aren't saying...
Our witness is a detective. You would have contact with the Chief Justice.
You are saying the Chief Justice would never deal in contraband.
Not even to save his own son's life.
But even if the deal went through, why it'd be an international scandal?
That's Detective Crescent's insurance. If I never got out, the one with his neck on the line would be the Chief Justice.
Detective Crescent, is this true?
First I'm murder, now I'm a smuggler. How many crimes are gonna pay on me anyway?
As tasteful as there is to think about, if the Chief Justice were the buyer, why seller couldn't hope for a better deal? Very cowardly seller.
Don't let sleeves over that trick you. Don't really deal with Chief Justice. Where's your proof? Well... Oh yeah, and you forget one other important thing. Do tell! Interpol and the only ones out there watching this. Virginian customers barely sleep, so so worried about cocoons getting out.
Let's continue the cross-examination.
Meanwhile, a replica somehow got released.
Objection!
Nope.
Objection!
Actually, there is one way. What? One way to get something out of the country, no checks. What is it? You become a prosecutor. A prosecutor? I don't believe it. Believe it, Prosecutor Gavin. What was it that you told me yesterday in your office? It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Lamoire. How did it appear? I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it, and she made a present of it. That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane, changes in air pressure and humidity in the wood. So a vacuum packed it in Lamoire's studio. There is a special shipping service available to me for transporting everything. They brought it right up to my office. Pristine and untouched. Did I get that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Untouched? Quite. The guitar was wrapped in several sheets and vacuum packed in Virginia. The pack was untouched until the day of the concert. Are you saying that guitar was? Your cocoons are small. Be very easy to use your guitar as a mule to smuggle a cocoon out of Virginia. What? It reminds me, Prosecutor Gavin, that guitar had some work done on it recently, right? Work? Good memory. Well, you know how guitars are around for. It is called the sound hole. Well, they found something. So the wood just inside the hole. A broken device. An igniter? Exactly. Consider this if you will. What if that igniter wasn't the only thing that was attached inside your guitar? He means these. Ah! There was a way to get a cocoon out of the country. They could use Picky Prosecutor Gavin's privileged guitar as a mule. Who better to do that than someone with access? Like a member of the band. Order! 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 So the igniter was placed in there for a clear reason. But a safety precaution. A precaution? Therefore, at last it all comes together. A very strange thing happened that day. Get a review? Maestro, the gentle sounds of Lamoire. First, my keys were stolen. A harmless misdemeanor. Which forced me to break the lock on my guitar case. The key was stolen and retrieved the cocoon from the guitar. I see. But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't counting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get in that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. Then the concert began. Right about this time, a very large problem presented itself to the smuggler. What's that? Mr. Lettuce. Ah, Mr. Lettuce, an undercover agent, was onto something. He would have known about the guitar. Shit, sorry about that. He'd only have to check in the shipping records. So, Mr. Lettuce tried to examine the guitar himself. The cocoon was confiscated and the gift would be over. The only thing left for the smuggler to do was to get rid of the whole lot. It's over. Press the switch now. The guitar burst into flames and the cocoon was lost. And then Mr. Lettuce died, with Lamoire there to witness it. There's your case. Brave man. Do I know he may call out for a fly? I made up story, it makes little sense at the time. Republic of Virginia, sorry man, but I haven't even been there. You haven't. Guess you make up a story for that kid. But I had to cocoon in the first place, huh? So it's hard to imagine. Can't help a Virginian accomplice. That's all. That you had an accomplice was clear from the start. The voice Lamois heard proves it. This is it, the coup de grace. The coup de grace. Yes, I could be paid. It is French. Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say then.
Take that!
There's only one person who meets all the requirements of the accomplice. And that person is the defendant, Maki Dabai. But for Mr. Justice, he's your client. It depends on accusing his client, that's the one. I assure you, no one is more unhappy about this than I. I'm here to defend him in the murder of Mr. Richards. Let's start by my statement earlier that he is innocent of that particular crime.
Indeed, the defendant is Virginian. He does meet the basic requirements for the accomplice, but what if it was in fact Lamois?
Could have been.
Why you seem sure of yourself?
The reason is electronic signature.
Electronic signals?
The call on this remote only works for a range of 30 feet. Beyond that, it's useless.
Yes, that's true.
Now, think back to the testament. When the shooter made his transmission, Lamois was in the air vent, right above the dressing room where the shooter stood. Let's look at the stage diagram. This is the area that the remote could reach from the air vent.
When looking at this, it seems that Lamois still could have done the deed.
No, when the shooter made that transmission, the stage was slightly different than shown here. In the middle of the guitar serenade. Part of the stage was raised. Prosecutor Gavin and the Lamois stand-in were in the air. They were on a tower which happened to be 15 foot tall. In other words, the remote could have worked from Lamois' position in the event. Well, Detective Christian, what do you say to that?
Your Honor,
Yes, Detective?
can we see the video where Gavin's guitar burns? Just one more time.
Well, I don't see why not. What? Don't tell me he has a way out of this.
Too bad, so sad, punk.
Punk! The problem isn't in what we see, correct, Italian? Care to explain first, non-musicians?
Sure thing, punk. Let me get you yarn sheet first. Seen a lot of the wee pianist self-igniter, is that right?
Yes? Yes?
Well, in order to do that, you'd have to press a switch. Am I right?
Okay.
But take another listen. Pay attention to the piano.
Piano? Funny, since we saw an igniter in the piano.
What seems to be a problem there? The piano sounded just fine.
And that's a problem. Man, you still don't get it? Yeah, how's he supposed to hit that switch if he's playing? You got Miss Diva, the guitar, the bass, the piano, and the drums. It was in the piano. We found the thing. Now again, this is Ace Attorney. Well, common sense goes out the window. The piano plays non-stop. You couldn't press that switch. Well, Mr. Justice, the piano does seem to be playing when the guitar catches fire. It's okay, we all make mistakes sometimes. Can't be wrong. Everything makes perfect sense. How could I just... Strange. What's strange? No, it's just... Something's odd about the performance here. Odd? Mr. Justice, Marky Tobias didn't press that switch. He could not be the accomplice you claim he is. But everything points to it. Every fact says he's the accomplice. You got the facts wrong, man. Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar's on fire. The pianist didn't press that switch. Now where's your stories for holes? Because it was in the piano. It was in the piano. The piano. God damn it. Slurred my words about twice now. Wait a second. What's Gavin saying just now? Strange. No, it's just... Something's odd about it, the performance now. So much to go on, that's all I got. What exactly did he hear that was odd? Here we go again. I hate relying on story mode, but the minigame drives me insane. There we go. Doesn't it sound kind of simple? Simple? I think I know what he's suggesting. You think Marky could have played that part with one hand? You only needed one hand to press that switch. You could play the piano with the other. What, so you're some kind of piano savant? Actually no. Then what do you know? You can't play a part like that with one hand. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Wait, I know, hey Trucy. He's right, your father, he's a pianist. Could he... So sorry. So sad for you. No, not really. Huh? That's just the easy way to prove it. There's always the hard way. Man, how are you going to prove whether he played it with one hand or two? You can't. It may be rather difficult to prove. But it's highly likely he was playing with one hand. How do you know that? The clue is what Prosecutor Gavin described as sounding odd. What sounded odd? I bet we can tell by listening to a certain part of the song. No, no way. since it's probably going to need the soundboard again.
Take that!
There we go. Now it should be finished with that. Once again, Gavin, I'm sure you realised by now just what it was that sounded odd to you. As I'm sure you've realised it yourself, Herb.
Realize what?
I'll demonstrate. Let's listen to the parting question again, shall we? Pay particular attention to the but a fleeting melody phase. Man. How many times do you have to listen to the same thing? You're right. Enough of that. Into another section, shall we? Oh, here we go again. The guitar bursts into flame at the end of the second verse. Oh. But it's gonna need the soundboard again. Good to know.
Ah, play verse 2 again? They feel the same, true, but they're clearly very different.
What? Well put, Your Honor. The phrase in verse 2 is quite simple. The same phrase in verse 1 has high and low notes. You'll have to use 2 hands to play that for sure. What's that for? This is why I deal with amateurs, man. So 2 verses are different language. Happens all the time. Not this time, though. There's no point in changing. I can't hear it coming. And that wasn't the point. I had him placed specifically so that the piano would stay in the background. That was what I noticed. Why should the same phrase sound slightly different? I asked myself. Now ask yourself why Maki changed how he played, and then one answer. He needed a free hand in order to press a switch.
Order! Leave the sides all the facts together. Well, Prosecutor Gavin?
Yes, quite. Though, personally, this comes as a terrible disappointment. What, no come back? I'm leaving. I finally did it. Shut up.
Very well, barring an objection from the prosecution, I will now state the court's opinion on this matter.
Good show, Sleeves. No, great show. I don't like it when you look so happy. You tell me, Gavin. Tell him what's so disappointing. Personally, I'm terribly disappointed. In your forehead. Huh? Me? Yes, don't get me wrong. Your case is solved. The facts all check out. But even now, you have yet to show us a single piece of decisive evidence. Yeah, but the facts. Anyone can see with him. Truth is there. I saw it right in the face. Why can't I see it? What's the point of a legal system that protects criminals? I think you just meant a weak one, huh? The kind of thing that a single spark could turn into wildfire of emotion. So can I get back to work now? I look like I've got a lot of time on my hands, but I know what time is like 10 minutes dead weight, so. Every man has an igniter. Huh? Can you say the better the guitar, the brighter it burns, Prosecutor Gavin? Ah, yes, good guitars are kept dry as well. That provides the best sound. The small spark could cause irreparable damage. Your plan has an igniter in it too, detective. Was there from the very beginning. What? Fine time, Justice. You blow this one, you'll be out of your hands good. What? And this igniter is supposed to come burn me up? That's almost poetic now, Mr. Attorney. Only better, another funny point. I intend to hear this one through to the very end. Therefore, you are accusing this man of dying impressions of 2 crimes. The murder, Mr. Goose, and the smuggling of a Virginian cocoon. This is your last chance to prove your case. This trial has already run on for far too long. Mr. Justice, this will be my last warning. Remember, this ignite of yours turns out to be a dud. Is remember this cross-examination ends. Understood? Ah, witness. Yeah, so what is? It's true that I couldn't show decisive evidence. Perhaps I needed to prove my case with something else. You mean a weakness? Proving his guilt is a tall order. I've got just the person to do it. Very well, Mr. Justice. Who is this person who can prove Darian Crescent's guilt?
Take that!
The one person who can prove Darian Crescent's guilt is the defendant, Marky Dubai. But you're wrong, Detective Crescent. It's the other way round. If Marky doesn't admit to smuggling here, he's in deep trouble. Look, if Marky admits to smuggling here, then he'll be tried in our courts by our laws. You don't get the death penalty for smuggling in our country. The victim in this case was an undercover Interpol agent. I'm sure that news has already reached Virginia, and they likely to broadcast our dealings in court today, including the part about the Virginian cocoon. Yeah. But if Marky doesn't admit to smuggling now, he'll eventually be picked up by the Virginian police. So long as he's in any danger in our court, we're not going to find him guilty of murder here, not now. Yeah, but you can't do this. You can't accuse me. Maybe the law doesn't allow it, but he's going to think you're really innocent after hearing this trial. The same goes for Marky Dubai. The cocoon smuggling, the entire plan, Marky Dubai knows everything. There's only one way out of it for him, and that's to acknowledge his own crime. The crime of cocoon smuggling. Don't worry, I'll get you out of the country. Set you up someplace, a hidden mansion, real nice. You want a house made of cookies? No, a house made of pianos. Come on. Please. Talk. Darling, I considered that my last session. We rocked. Guess we can treat that outburst as a confession. There's a kind of sick desperation in it now, though. Well, have you been listening to today's trial? Yes. And you'll talk? You tell this court everything? I didn't want it to turn out this way, but I'm not the kind of lawyer that can overlook a crime. Today's trial was all for your benefit, though. I see no reason why you should hesitate now. I knew from the beginning, I knew. Today's trial raises a delicate issue of our legal system. The only thing definition court of law is evidence. This is a golden rule, however. It has become apparent that not all things can be tried by this standard. Nice foreshadowing. Anyway, Mr. Marky Dubai, I promise you will receive a fair trial by laws of our country. In regards to current charges for murder of Mr. Latouche, this court is prepared to announce a verdict. I thank you. I only lie, but you will see truth. You find the truth. That's our job. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Marky Dubai, not guilty. Court is adjourned. All's well that ends well. I owe you both my thanks. What? Is something wrong? I'm sorry, Marky was your partner on stage, your friend. Yes, I thought of him as my own son. Even now I do, yes. Something got a hold of him, something evil, I see that. I'm still sorry. Do not be sorry, you have given me courage. A right suggestion, actually. According to the doctor, Lamois lost her sight due to some kind of accident. An accident? As you know, I suffer from amnesia. I feared that if I could see, perhaps it would open my eyes to the truth I've been running from. Is that how she... You know what changed her mind? Giving you the fence in there today. You could feel your gaze unwavering, always looking straight at the truth. The light returns to my eyes. I think I will take up painting. Painting? I will paint the two of you, I promise. Sorry about that. I owe you my thanks too, Apollo. Thanks, Mr. Knight? But for what? You reminded me I need to hurry things along. On my secret mission. Right, your secret mission. Apollo, Juicy, I hope that we will meet again someday soon. Even though this will never happen. Even after I get my memory back. And so, like a ballad, the trial flowed on and on until it came to the end. Thanks to the trial, the guitar serenade was a huge hit. Prosecutor Gavin's even more dazzling to look at now, but there's something I want to say to that guy. Next time you write a ballad... How can you catch the kill at the end? Yes. Going about some concession. And that is the whole truth in this case. Alright. In order to understand it myself, I had to know the story of these last 7 long years. Nothing happens by chance, all is connected. And now, it's time ready to begin the final chapter of the story. Whether the defendant be found guilty or innocent, the decision is yours. And it is me again. Good to see you again. October 7th, 10:37 AM, right in agency. Yeah, kinda busy. Ow, ow, ow! What? What? I was writing about our last case in my journal. Hey, it's a long story. I did a lot, you know. I was just getting to a good part. Suppose I should watch a little TV with her. After all, her father's expecting me to look after her while she's away. While he's...
What you're now seeing is a rehearsal for the greatest magic show on Earth.
Happening right here at her very own Sunshine Coliseum. And there he goes. Usually your father is still alive. He'll be on that stage performing miracles. Ah, you are here. Working hard or hardly working? Hey, how have you been? Not exactly the kind of green I'd want to hear from my own kid. Though he has been gone a long time. How goes it, Juicy? Yeah, I got present. Well, I'm being. Alright, you are. So you still can't tell us what your mission is? Maybe it's time. It has something to do with you anyway. Huh? Me? Can I just be a defense attorney? To be honest, telling you about the mission was my whole reason for coming here today. What? Tell me. You've heard of the jury system, yes? That's right, the new legal system everyone's talking about. Have you heard of it before? Huh? Maybe. Maybe not as many people talking about it as I thought. The jury system, huh? Well, Trucy, do you know what a jury is? Only from TV. 12 people chosen from the community, right? Well, they're thinking about reviving that system. They're calling the new system the jury system. Not quite that harsh. The jurors cooperate with the judge. They help analyze the case from different angles. Ah, and there'll be only 6 of them under the current proposal, right? Their findings directly affect the verdict. Hopefully, people start taking the courts a little more seriously now. Dr. Rai, his assistant Trucy, and Mascot Apollo. Mascot? Hey! The secret mission. So what is the secret mission? The jury system is my mission, more or less. Anyway, keep in mind that new ideas like this system are always risky. I'm not that bad, am I? In any case, we're going to give it a shot. A test it. We'll take a case as a sample and choose 6 jurists. I'll be the one helping that process, incidentally. Helping how? Well, for one, I'll be chairing the jury system simulated court committee. The chair constructs the ideal situation, choosing the case, the jurist, candidates, and the judge and the court. I was never that good at the piano, to be honest. Once a lawyer, always a lawyer, I guess. The trial tomorrow, by the way. Don't miss it. The trial simulation. So what kind of case is the trial simulation about? Well, since it's the first run through of a new case system, I'll have something simple. True, the case is a murder. That's not simple at all! Guilty, yes, most likely. So good luck. Apollo. What? With the trial tomorrow. You're defending, of course. Recall I said it had something to do with you. Yeah, but it's still a verdict we decided. And a potentially serious sentence. The most serious in the worst case scenario. You mean the verdict's for real? That's not a test trial, that's a real trial. All the forms have been filed, there's no turning back now. The trial begins tomorrow at 10 AM. Hope you can make room in your schedule. Why am I only hearing about this now? Ah, yes, there was a change this morning. Pick the new case. Eh? Something happened last night. Huh? Oh, right. I caught this. So what? That's 3 whole days from now. Have fun! Right. I'm gonna go with her. But what about the secret mission? Oh, don't worry about it. We'll hear all about it tomorrow regardless. don't trust that smile. You know something that he's not telling me. Suppose they wouldn't have killed me to pop over there. Ah, memory. That reminds me. Consider it a birthday present, Juicy. Good point. What day is it today, Apollo? Huh? Today? I think it's Recycle Your Plastics Day. There's Recycle Your Plastics present. I'm giving up trying to understand them. It's much easier that way. What is it? Can I open it then? No. Huh? You'll need that envelope someday. Someday soon. Don't open it until then. Because that would be a logical thing to do. Alright, so what case are you going to use? You really want to know, don't you? Of course I do. I mean, I'm going to be defending, aren't I? If all goes well, yes, of course this is just a test. So I don't want to start without preconceptions, a blank slate. There's a difference between having a blank slate and just being totally clueless. Whose the idea was that anyway? Well, mine. Me, Jeff, remember? Oh. Good. That's better. But you can't talk to anyone involved in the case. What am I supposed to defend? You let me worry about the details. Remember, I'm in charge of this trial, all of it. But you don't want it to backfire, do you? Apollo? If I'm in charge of the whole trial, that means the entire affair is my responsibility. For good or for bad. Just do what you can. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Alright. I recommend going down to the detention center. Your client's waiting for you. But you just said I couldn't talk to anyone involved. Oh, you can talk to your client. If you can get her to talk. That's 20 minutes we've been waiting there. You know the minute we get angry, the client will show. What are you talking about? Where do you come from? Oh, well, anyway, please have a seat. The silence builds suspense. This magic underwear might have been a bad bet.